Lifecycle hooks enable you to perform custom actions when an instance is pending or terminating. You tell the ASG to wait until it either times out, because it'll have a default timeout, or an external program says it can transition. The idea here is that we will have a scale out that's adding instances. It'll go into a pending state. From there, there is pending wait and pending proceed. And so we have a lifecycle hook we can inject in here for when it goes to in service. Now it's running. Let's say we want to go ahead and terminate it. So we were scaling in. And then for the terminating, there is a terminating wait and terminating proceed. And then it'll go to terminate it. So where are the hooks? They're in between those states. So for terminating, we have one called EC2 instance terminating. That's what it's called underneath. And we connect to the instance, download logs, do whatever we need to do before we terminate it. And then there's obviously one for launching. This is where you can install, configure software, do whatever you need to do before it's ready to receive traffic. Let's just take a look at this in more detail to fully understand how it works. So we just have an example of scaling out, so adding an instance, and we have our hook. Our hook is going to go out to something like EventBridge, SNS, or SQS. And then from there, they're going to call some type of compute. It could even be the same compute that we're using to launch the instance, but you probably would want to keep them separate if you can. This compute is going to do something programmatically, and then it will use the SDK to make a call to ASG to say that the lifecycle is complete. So we're telling it the lifecycle is done here, and it's going to go back, and now it's going to go to pending proceed, and then it will go to in service. Here is what it looks like to set up a lifecycle hook. Notice that we have this notification target ARN, and that's how we're specifying either SNS or SQS. If you are targeting EventBridge, you actually don't explicitly define it here. You're going to implicitly set up a rule trigger and event. There's the heartbeat. This is how long it will remain in that state. So this is your timeout. And the default is 1 hour, but you can set it to whatever you want to be. Let's just talk about the 3 scenarios about how we would programmatically work with it. So create a notification target, an IAM role. The target can either be an SQS queue or an SNS topic. The role allows ASG to publish lifecycle notifications to the target. Create a Lambda function and a rule that allows EventBridge to invoke your Lambda function when an instance is put into a wait state due to a lifecycle hook, or create a launch template with a user data script that runs while an instance is in a wait state due to a lifecycle hook. So you can perform the stuff on the instance or an external compute. So there you go.